Often, people get insurance to save themselves from financial troubles during bad times. But what happens when a cunning person starts misusing the benefits of insurance? Today's story is about an Indian man living in Canada who first faked car accidents to claim money from insurance companies and later, driven by greed, even started taking the lives of his loved ones. He didn't even spare his 12-day-old twin children. This man's name was Sukhwinder Singh Dhillon. So, what is the full story of Sukhwinder Singh Dhillon? How did he reach Canada from India? What did he do there? And how did he take people's lives? How was all this uncovered? Let's find out in detail in this video. The way he caused such painful deaths will send shivers down your spine. So, stay tuned till the end of the video. Before we begin the story, don't forget to subscribe to the Crime in English channel and hit the bell icon. Though the roots of this story are connected to India, it all begins in Canada. A man named Cliff Elliott, who lived in Canada, worked for a company called Metropolitan Life Insurance. On August 2nd, 1996, when he went to his office, his junior showed him some documents sent by the company. These documents were related to an insurance claim by a man named Ranjit Singh. Ranjit was 25 years old and originally from Jalandhar, Punjab, India. He had died on June 23rd, 1996. Just 5 days before his death, on June 18th, 1996, a life insurance policy of $200,000 was issued in Ranjit's name. The claim for the insurance money was made by a man named Sukhwinder Singh Dhillon, who, according to records, was Ranjit's uncle. Before paying the insurance money, the company conducts its own investigation. This responsibility was given to Cliff Elliott, an insurance investigator. First, Cliff Elliott spoke to Sukhwinder over the phone and then told him that he needed to meet him to get some signatures before finalizing the insurance claim. On August 12, 1996, Cliff Elliott reached Sukhwinder's house at 10 a.m. While completing the necessary paperwork, Cliff also engaged in conversation with Sukhwinder. During the conversation, Cliff felt that he had met Sukhwinder before. Even the house seemed familiar to him. However, Cliff ignored this feeling and focused on gathering more information. Sukhwinder Singh Dhillon claimed to be Ranjit's uncle. When Cliff asked about Ranjit's wife, Sukhwinder said that after Ranjit's death, she disappeared and no one knew where she went. Sukhwinder also didn't provide any information about Ranjit's parents. Cliff Elliott, who had previously worked as a private detective, started to suspect that something was wrong. He began digging deeper into Sukhwinder's background. After a thorough investigation, Cliff found some shocking information from old files. It turned out that Sukhwinder had previously claimed around $300,000 in insurance money after the death of a woman named Parvesh Kaur, who was his first wife. Parvesh Kaur had also died mysteriously, and the cause of her death was unclear to Bess, the doctors. Similarly, Ranjit's death was also sudden and unexplained. These details made Cliff even more suspicious of Sukhwinder. He slowed down the insurance claim process and shared his suspicions with a senior police officer. Cliff suspected that Sukhwinder might be behind these mysterious deaths, driven by the greed for insurance money. However, this was just a suspicion, and to confirm it, Sukhwinder's entire history needed to be investigated. So who was Sukhwinder Singh Dhillon? Sukhwinder was born on May 9, 1959, in Punjab, India. He came from a wealthy family, but moved to Canada in 1981 in search of a better life. In Canada, he tried various jobs but couldn't settle anywhere. He worked in small factories and even as a bus driver, but nothing satisfied him. In 1983, he returned to India. Before moving to Canada, Sukhwinder had been engaged to a woman named Parvesh Kaur. When he returned to India in 1983, he married Parvesh, and she moved to Canada with him. Sukhwinder had shown big dreams to Parvesh's family, claiming that he had earned a lot of money in Canada and had a big company. However, The reality was very different. Sukhwinder was struggling financially and worked in a mushroom farm. Parvesh soon realized the truth and discovered that Sukhwinder had lied to her. He also started abusing her and forced her to work. Despite the hardships, Parvesh gave birth to 2 daughters. Over time, their relationship worsened due to Sukhwinder's greed for money. By 1990, Sukhwinder was still doing odd jobs, but in 1991, he entered the world of fraud. On February 18, 1991, he filed his first fake insurance claim. He pretended to have been injured at work and claimed compensation. He received around $19,000, which was a significant amount for him. This marked the beginning of his fraudulent activities. Over the next 4 years, he managed to scam over $70,000 through fake claims. He also started faking car accidents to claim insurance money. By 1994, he had filed 15 fake accident claims and received $15,539. Despite having only studied up to the 5th grade in India, Sukhwinder had learned to speak fluent English in Canada. By 1994, Sukhwinder had saved enough money to start his own business. In October 1994, he ventured into the used car business, which became successful. He even opened a dealership named Aman Auto, after his younger daughter. Around this time, he met Ranjit Singh Khela, a 23-year-old Indian man who was looking for work. Sukhwinder took Ranjit under his wing, and they started working together. In 1995, on February 3rd, Sukhwinder's wife Parvesh suddenly fell ill. She started vomiting, and her body began to stiffen. She was rushed to the hospital, but the doctors couldn't understand her condition. Despite their efforts, Parvesh slipped into a coma and died 4 days later. The post-mortem report showed nothing suspicious, and the cause of death remained a mystery. After Parvesh's death, Sukhwinder claimed the insurance money. Cliff Elliott was assigned to investigate the claim, and everything seemed normal at first. Sukhwinder eventually received $300,000 from the insurance. Meanwhile, Sukhwinder returned to India and married 2 more women, Sarabjit Kaur Barar and Kushwinder Preet Kaur Toor, without taking any dowry. He convinced their families to give him money instead. Sarabjit gave birth to twins, but Sukhwinder, wanting to return to Canada, poisoned the twins and killed them. He also killed his 3rd wife, Kushwinder, by poisoning her. He then returned to Canada with his 2nd wife, promising to bring her later. Back in Canada, Sukhwinder continued his used car business. He planned to buy a large piece of land to expand his business, but was short on money. To arrange the funds, he convinced Ranjit to take out a $100,000 life insurance policy, naming Sukhwinder as the beneficiary. On June 18, 1996, the policy was issued. Shortly after, Ranjit fell mysteriously ill, experiencing similar symptoms to Parvesh, and died. Sukhwinder filed the insurance claim, but Cliff Elliott's investigation revealed the truth. When a Canadian investigation team came to India, they exhumed the bodies of Sukhwinder's twins and found traces of a dangerous chemical. In Canada, tests on Parvesh and Ranjit's bodies revealed high levels of strychnine poison. In 1997, Sukhwinder was arrested. Initially, he denied any involvement, but as the investigation progressed, his crimes came to light. He had poisoned his wife, Ranjit, and his 3rd wife in India. In 2001, he was convicted of first-degree murder for the deaths of Ranjit and Parvesh and sentenced to 25 years in prison without parole. He died in prison on November 16, 2013. Sukhwinder Singh Dhillon is also known as the Hamilton serial killer in Canada. What do you think of this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and share it. If you haven't subscribed to the Crime in English channel yet, do so now and hit the bell icon. Stay tuned for more such stories in the world of crime. Thank you.